My name is Emily Savage. I am the foundress of Fiat Ministries. Fiat Ministries is a Catholic apostolate that serves girls from kindergarten through their vocation. We serve mother-daughters at our mother-daughter events. So we also serve middle schoolers and high schoolers at our Fiat Middle School, Fiat High School retreats. And then we also have the Fiat Discernment Retreat. At our Fiat Discernment Retreats, the women are invited into a deeper relationship with Jesus. They get to remember and to reflect on who they are as women so that they can hear God's call and respond joyfully to the vocation God is calling them to. By the grace of God, we have Team Fiat. So Team Fiat is made up of about 10 women and their husbands and their children. Team Fiat serves to help run the mother-daughter events, to run the behind the scenes at the Fiat Discernment Retreat, but also just fosters the vocations, the culture of discernment within our own families. Today, having the children participate in the Mass with the Nuncio was one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen. The way that our families came together, we had about 50 children today at Mass, with really the oldest being 11, which is incredible. Most of our events, if not all of our events, would not be possible without these holy women stepping up and without their families making sacrifices so that mom can be at the retreat or the mother-daughter event. But I have seen it change lives. And so if I could say one thing to Team Fiat, it's thank you. Thank you for your Fiat. And I pray that we can just continue to grow deeper into what Jesus is asking of us, so that we can say with all of our hearts that Fiat can be the defining word of our hearts, of our lives, and together as we serve in this mission that Jesus has invited us.
Cardinal Christophe Pierre. I am the Apostolic Nuncio to the United States. You know, the Nuncio is the representative of the Holy Father. So I've been in this country for nearly 10 years. And I was sent by Pope Francis to represent him. I was supposed to be there for a few years, and Pope Francis has asked me to continue. Probably, as I'm getting a bit old now, the new Pope will tell me, come back, and he will send somebody else. But for the moment, it has been, I'm still here, and I tell you, it has been 10 beautiful years where I discover, not only United States of America, but also the church in this country. We discover our vocation when we discover that God loves us. And when we feel loved, and then there is a kind of attraction which comes in our hearts towards one or other way of life, and marriage, religious life, or anything which could happen in our life. The ministry you have launched, over the last few years, is precisely looks like a method, in the wide sense of the word, to help young women to discover precisely their vocation. What I've admired is that you have done already a lot of work. This is not just a beautiful idea, because I think the world is full of beautiful ideas. But the beautiful ideas, when they reach something concrete, that's great. And I'm very interested, by the way, for this beautiful experience, which has been already lived over the last 12 years, particularly in these days, Wichita, but in other dioceses. You give attention to the person, particularly the young women. But this attention comes from the beginning of their life. And this attention is translated in a kind of accompaniment, like, the accompaniment that the normal parents do have towards their children. But you help also the parents to be attentive. And I think it's good, so that they don't just educate their children, without, they never forget about the relationship with God. But this relationship with God is being taught through the witness of the parents. And the parents are actually being helped in this ministry of Fiat with the contact of many other religious women. So everybody is involved in some way, but with in the same direction. And I think it's wonderful. I was told that I would spend 2 days with a person who was helping young women discover their vocations. And today I was surrounded by children. But these children came with their parents. Then I discovered the beauty of this initiative, this work. That's my own experience, by the way. I wanted to become a priest from the beginning of my life because, I enjoyed the witness of my parents, then the witness of my parish, the witness of my school. And step by step, these various witnesses help you, to discover your own vocations. And I'm sure that these children, surrounded by their parents, surrounded by many sisters who came, who make this trip, just to be there, rebuilt the church in some way, because the church is made of people like that. Each one of us, we have given some gift. If you knew the gift of God, each one of us, we are, and this gift is our own vocations. I've seen that today. I know that you are surrounded by people, by many people, and we have had the evidence of that today. We have had this wonderful dinner with more than 500 people, families, people, and there was an atmosphere of joy. These people came because there is something for them which matters, their children, but also their vocations. And this is what the church is about. The church is made of people, but of people who are looking for the right direction in their life. And of course, the direction only God can indicate this to us. But for that, we need to have had a personal encounter with the Son of God. Who was God, the Father sent His own Son precisely to put us on the right way towards Him and to transform our world, our society, so that and we became what we call the church. The church is the community of those who have made a personal encounter with Jesus, and this encounter has changed their life. Thank you for inviting me.